Well, hello, everybody. We are back. And before we begin, I just want to give one more shout out. I am embarking on my journey down to the Melissa Lambert Scholarship Tournament coming up in Pampa, Texas, this upcoming St. Patrick's Day weekend. So if you guys are going to be out there, please feel free to find me. We'll high five, exchange pleasantries, and have a good time of merriment. So please come say hello.
A gay old time.
A gay old time. And I promise you I won't be this formal at the tournament. We're just trying to record and keep it PG. But now, down to brass tacks. Let's get it started with some Draggin Bags action. We love all the bags that they offer, so why don't you join us in loving them too?
You should.
Right? It's just, they have a great bag for every type of thrower. So why don't you head on over to dragginbags.com.
Wouldn't it just be easier if everyone that listens to the show, we all just do the same shit?
Right? Yeah. If everyone here would just throw Draggin Bags, then you would understand all of our references.
You'd be happy too.
Yeah, I mean, it made us happy.
Sure did.
So why don't you let them make you happy? Over at dragginbags.com, drop code Big Asp 12 at checkout to save yourself some money. So do that and save yourself some money. Let's go.
Cornhole it. Big ass cornhole. We hope you throw it straight. And nothing but four baggers from here on out.
And welcome back to another episode of the Big Asp Cornhole podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. Dane, what's going on, man?
Not too much. Just got a belly full. Just came from Sunday dinner. Had some French fairs.
I love
so
it.
not
a
French
good
fries.
Sunday dinner is nothing.
French fairs.
There's
okay?
nothing like it.
I know. Just we've always been fans of the family Sunday dinner.
You know what? Like, it gives me, I can have a few beers, there's good food, good conversation. We played little trivia, boys versus girls, and the boys dominated. Don't want to
Boys
brag.
won. What's up?
Yeah, I don't want to brag, but thank you, David.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. We climbed on that back and rode that shit, but we will claim victory because we were on the team. Hell yeah. All right, well, we got a fun little episode this week. So before we get into anything else, Dane, do what you do best every single week. We're excited for this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight in our favorite segment called What You Drinking.
What you drinking?
Well, if you're a fan of the show, you know that
I'm so excited.
we are no stranger to Southern Tier Brewing.
You already cracked yours?
Oh, I did. Sean's going to give his first sip taste here, but Southern Tier came out with a brand new hazy IPA called Citra Fog.
Is there a better sound?
Dude, no, there is not. How's she taste?
Banger.
Always.
This is what I like though.
Yeah, I mean,
hazy, citrusy stuff. Yeah,
again, Southern Tier, they don't come out with the frequency as some of these other companies do, but when they do, they always slap. This is a 6%er. If you're ever in Lakewood, New York, or any of their many other breweries, go check them out. They have phenomenal food, great beers, and yeah, I'm looking forward to crushing this sixer that we have here. So, as always, my recovery tomorrow morning is going to be brought to you by Cornhole Coffee.
Sure is.
If you need a delicious taste of coffee, go grab your beans over at cornholecoffee.com and get your morning started right. Drop code Big Asp at checkout. It's going to save you 10%. So head on over to cornholecoffee.com and grab your beans today. And don't forget, drink, focus, throw.
All right, folks. If you've listened before, you know we're bringing more audio gold today. Today we are reviewing the newest set of bags from Black Sheep Baggers. We're going to be recapping all the action that went down this past weekend in Triadelphia, West Virginia.
We
do have some updates on Best of the Bag. If we roll right into the semifinals, and if you're listening to this, semifinals are complete, and we're getting ready for the finals.
Woo.
And then we are going to be joined by a guy that we've been getting a lot of requests to get on the show recently. Rookie. Mr. Frank Verona.
Yeah,
Jr.
my Frank Verona Jr.
Yeah, so I'm excited to have him on.
Me too.
But before we get to anything else, all right, we have a bunch to get to this week. We're going to let you know what's going on in our cornhole lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
We've been telling you for years, stop throwing everything that's ugly.
Stop it.
You can just stop. And you can do that by going to Blackjack Cornhole, sorry.
You're staring at Black Sheep, talking about Blackjack.
I thought I had to burp, like it was like one of those like in between.
That's always, that's always the worst.
But Blackjack Cornhole won't do that to you. All right, it keeps your heart pure, gives you a sexy set of bags in your hand. If you go to the site blackjackcornhole.com. Use code Big Asp. You get free shipping, amazing customer service, and you're going to save yourself 10%.
Mm-hmm.
So go to blackjackcornhole.com and use code Big Asp today.
Sweet.
And we do a little bag review later.
I like the little.
You like the little
Sean's
photo?
just massaging it with one finger.
Yeah, we're a big fan of Black Sheep. All right. Black Sheep Baggers, loyal sponsor of the show. We love these guys, and we are very excited to review their bags. They just dropped a newest one called the Juggernaut, we're going to be reviewing a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
If you were in the market for a new set of bags and you haven't tried them yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. All right, so go to blacksheepbaggers.com. They got a bag for every type of thrower. Use code Big Asp, and you'll save yourself some money. So go to blacksheepbaggers.com and grab your set today.
Let's go.
So what's up?
That's what's up. Did you get any cornhole action in this week, Shawnee?
I did. I mentioned it to you right before we were going to record. I did get a chance to practice a little bit on Wednesday. I had a little bit of a gap in between patients, and it was probably the worst round of practice I've had in a long time.
Nice.
I just, do you
makes you want to keep playing, right?
Do you ever have those days like where you just feel like nothing is on, like no bag ever feels the same coming out of your hand? Yep. Like I just wasn't doing anything consistently.
Yeah.
Like I was throwing a lot of sevens and eights. You know what I mean? Like and normally when I feel like now I'm at the point now I should be at like 8s and 9s.
Yeah. No,
like consistently.
Totally
like I'll have
that.
some 4 baggers, I'll have some 10s. I'm going to miss a shot here or there. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like consistently across the board, if I can hit like 9 to 10, like I feel very comfortable in practicing. But what I just felt like everything was off, and I ended up just stopping. I'm like, you're going to get yourself worked up. And I know myself. I'm like, you're going to panic. And then you're going to try to rework everything. Like, it might just be an off day.
Just
right?
walk away.
I tell patients all the time, like when they come in, I work chronic pain, right? They could be having good days that come in and they act like Chicken Little if they're having pain again.
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes we just have bad days. So I had to tell myself that. Sometimes you just have a bad day of practice. And I have taken heart. Going way back, right? Several years ago, one of the things Matt Guy told us is that when he's having a bad day of practice, he stops.
Yep.
He doesn't try to grind through it. He's like, some days you just don't have it, and it's okay. You just walk away, and you only want to remember the good days.
Yep.
So that's what I did. What about you?
I had no time this week, man. I'm in the throes of my super busy season right now at work, so it's been a little hectic, but looking forward to getting out there down to Texas and slinging some bags. I'm sure I'll be able to get some practice in before the actual tournament takes place, so very much ready for it. And I'm going to be playing in the competitive division because my SPR allows it, and I'm not advanced.
Are you playing with Brandon Perez?
Yes. Right? And
oh yeah,
I think I don't know. I'm excited, man. I want to see which game shows up for me.
Yeah, I'm super jealous. I love going to tournaments.
I don't even know if I'm bringing bags down or anything. Like I have no idea. So I might just not bring them to save myself some travel space because I'm trying to just get down there on basically a book bag and just call it a day.
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, I'm sure I could survive on that.
So we've had a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yes, we have.
I mean, we might as well just
we can spill some tea. That's fine.
There's going to be there'll be a lot more details upcoming, but for the last 2.5 months, the last 2.5 months, we have been working diligently behind the scenes to plan the first annual Big Asp Open.
Hell yeah.
So it's going to be September 21st. And again, more details will come, but September 21st is going to be in Independence, Ohio, which is 15 minutes outside of downtown Cleveland. And it's going to be a team event. It's going to be a Top Golf and Cornhole team event, teams of 4. We're super excited. We cannot wait to release details, but it is official, about as official as it's going to get. So September 21st, it's inked, as they would say.
Ink it in.
Right. So if you are a planner, if you're like, hey, I'm a guy that has a calendar, I need some time, to know what events I want to go to. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. Just
all right, in March.
Throw it down there.
6 months. I'm giving you 6 months notice, folks.
Yep.
All right. So September 21st, plan on being in Cleveland and come out, and it is going to be an epic tournament. We're pulling out all the stops.
It's going to be a blast. I mean, I'm excited just from our planning of it.
So we're telling you now, we're already working on this for 2.5 months. Plus we have 6 more months to build this as it goes. I'm telling you, this is going to be a tournament that you're not going to want to miss.
It's going to be fun, and we're trying to bring fun back to cornhole.
Oh yeah.
And incorporate maybe a little golf with it.
Yeah.
Because why not? Who doesn't?
If you've
cornhole?
been to Topgolf,
Yeah.
you've played the Topgolf game before, and basically that's what it is. It's gonna be a 4-man Topgolf team. Each man gets 20 swings, and then we're rolling right into a cornhole tournament at the same premises. So it's gonna be awesome. So
Hell yeah!
Really excited. More details are gonna be coming about signups and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm excited.
Let's
Mark
go,
your
man.
calendars.
Mark your calendars. Jot it down. We'll have more deets coming in the coming weeks.
Let's just do the bag review. It's right here.
All right, we'll just hop right into it. Why not?
I got black sheep on the mind, man. I was rubbing it down, and yeah.
And it's not just making them smaller. They completely reshape them. They make them more supple and symmetrical.
I gotta catch a glimpse of these warlocks. Let's make a move.
Are you in the market for a new set of boards? If you're a cornhole fan and you're looking at your board and you're like, this is just pathetic. I hate it. It bounces all over the place. It just doesn't, the speed's just not consistent. Well, guess what? If you go to gnarlybags.com, they make some of the best boards in the biz, as the kids say.
The business.
All right. So go to gnarlybags.com. They have pro sets of boards. You can custom design. They have some stock designs as well. But the quality and the consistency of play is the most important thing that Gnarly Bags offers. So go to gnarlybags.com, grab your set of boards today, and use code Big Asp. Save yourself some money.
Sounds gnarly.
It's a win-win-win, right?
the trifecta.
The trifecta.
Ever elusive.
Yep. All right. So up today, we have, we're going to review one set of bag, but we do want to touch on Black Sheep Baggers re-released The Sentenced.
Yes.
We've previously reviewed The Sentenced. It's a herringbone style carpet bag. Very great. They updated it with their new resin. Okay. So we're not going to go through a full review of it, but if you're a fan of The Sentenced, you just want like a souped up version, you're going to like it a lot more.
Soup. You heard?
So up today, we have the newest bag added to the arsenal for Black Sheep Baggers. It's called the Juggernaut.
You sure it's not a soft J? It's not Juggernaut
It could be.
or Juggernaut?
They are bougie.
Right.
So it's that's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
It's got that lavender scent to it.
The first thing that struck me when I picked up the bag is the slow side is familiar, but the resin is nice.
It is.
It's different. You know what I mean? You don't feel this. Everyone's going to, because a lot of the companies are going, especially with like the hybrid carpets, we're seeing a lot of the flat disc, large fill blends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone's kind of fine tuning it. Black Sheep Baggers like, we're going to be different.
Yep.
Let's go back to the small blend.
They're going to be black sheep.
Like that liquidy feel almost. They're nice, man. So it's called the roll
Tech.
roll action RTR. It's a roll tech resin.
Yeah. And, which is, it's strange because you know, when you normally think of those kind of, the way you're describing the fill of this bag.
Yeah.
When you normally hear those words, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be just kind of like a slide in. No, like this has that watery kind of feel to it, but it's still very
Bouncy.
rollable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of different. But again, once you feel it, like it's not really flat disc there. Like you're just, you got a nice blendish feel. I mean, it feels really nice in your hand.
I don't know
not
about
really,
you, but I like Black Sheep because template wise across the board, they tend to go, it seems like they go on the smaller side,
Yeah.
which is a nice alternative to a lot of the bags that we're seeing that are huge. Like if we held this up to like that Elite Pro Sniper, like I bet like the Pro Sniper is going to be sizably larger.
let's see. I have it right here.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Obviously still within legal specs and stuff, but I like the small. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because I have small hands or something.
You
I
do
don't
have
know.
baby hands.
I really don't, but
Jury's still out. But yeah, I think it's strange because you feel this with this carpet on it, and you're expecting it to be like a crunchy, big old fill that you can roll by throwing a $2 throw. But no, this one it's super hole friendly of a resin, gets tons of reaction to it, and it just feels like that whole friendly bag that everyone's like switching to, especially like in the hybrid world. But
it's like this smaller, real dense stuff. So
Yeah.
what's going to happen is like, again, although the carpet material tends to not be as hole friendly as like herringbone or the hybrid stuff, because the smaller fill is dense, you're going to get like the natural pull, right? Gravity is
Yeah.
going to affect the bag that wants to go down. It moves a lot. Like I was able to do.
yeah, you could do some stuff with it.
And again, like if I can get a bag to roll, it's doing what the bag's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Speed wise, we're going, it's the standard 4 carpet, right? Slick side, we're going like an 8 or 9, like we'll call it 8.5. So like an 8.5, 4. Again, slightly smaller template. The closing seams are great. I would say about medium sized closing seam, but it's very clean across the top. Very rounded template, but still holds the shape as a uniform square. Overall, yeah, really well done. I was surprised that they went the carpet route, but if you look at it, I'm like, they really haven't had any like updated like slower bags.
Yeah, I mean they had like was OG2 was pretty much was like their one carpet bag that,
and they already had this, and then they revamped the sentence,
Yeah.
and then they have their Costello X, which is their most popular bag. So I can see when they're going that route.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, if we'll touch on best of the bags right after this, but if you're really looking at the voting of how it goes, slow bags are still more popular than fast bags.
Yeah.
I know the Pro Sniper won the whole thing last year, and it could still maybe win this time. I don't think the mass majority of other companies are finding a lot of people throwing fast bags. I think the majority of people are still finding that they like a slow bag, regardless if that's best for their game or not. I think some people just have it in their head that like, I'm a carpet guy, and you see their throw and you're like, you're really not a carpet
you're
guy,
not a
but you just haven't
carpet
tried
guy.
it. But I still think across the board, this is still going to have a market for it.
for sure. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Like, again, it's one of those that I would love to throw this bag on like super fast boards.
Yeah.
Because again, it's still just slinky. Like it'll melt in. And catch the side and just kind of drip in for you, which is not super common for carpet bags. On a slow board, though, of course, carpet's going to hold up on you, but
It is.
it is what it is. But all in all, I was a fan.
So we have the team Black Sheep Bagger ones. Don't want to brag
Which
or
are
anything.
sexy.
Design, I'm going 100. I like it.
I'll go 105.
Super busy, but I love it. I like the colors that they pop.
Yeah.
Their printing is next level. Performance wise, where are you going with this? You want me to go first?
Sure,
I'll
go
first. I'm gonna go answer my own question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 76.
76.
I threw it well, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, I think with me throwing hybrid carpet, when I'm throwing at work, my boards are like a better speed, right? I feel like they play more consistent, like to what we're playing now. They're older boards, but I feel like, again, they're broken in nicely. So
Yeah.
I get a truer sense of like how the bags react compared to these bags would move up my fucking home boards. Like no problem.
Oh, yeah,
Like I could
for
throw
sure.
carpet all day. So when I go to work and I threw them well, they're controllable. And again, they're pretty hole friendly. I'm not always the most accurate with carpet. You know what I mean? Like I do get a little kick here or there. So I need all the help I can get. Sometimes with a smaller template, I either love it or I hate it. I love it when I feel like I can manipulate and really throw it accurate, like throw little darts. Like that's why I used to love the old school 357 like that. I mean, no way it would hold up to today with how small that bag was.
No,
but it was so small it could get through things. That's kind of how I felt with this. Like it's not a bag that's going to get there and like reach out and grab the hole, but it felt like I could be a little bit more accurate because most of the bag was in my hand, not like it wasn't a whole lot about. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. No, I mean this bag honestly it kind of made me like remember why I like carpet.
Right. I know.
And yeah, I'm gonna go an 82 on it.
Okay.
Again, it's a carpet bag that feels like a hybrid bag, which is like in your hand. I don't know. The feel of it just makes it feel comfortable with what I've been throwing. So yeah, I was a fan.
So we are moving right along in the best of the bag bracket.
Just before we move on, the sentence real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
We just want to touch on this. So the sentence now has that RTR resin in there.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes this bag just that much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're a herringbone fan, definitely check out the sentence too. Like it's that new resin.
Especially if
and
you're
it's a
looking for
nice
you
feel.
like the speed of herringbone, but you're like, I want something more than what flat disc gives me.
Yeah.
I want a little bit more pop. I want more action when it hits the board. This is very much going to do what you're looking for.
Yeah, and again, like the density of this fill, like if you leave a little bit in the hole, like it's going to be easy to get in the hole. Like it's going to kind of all naturally drip in that way. So yeah, sentence, it's a great upgrade. All right, moving on. Battle of the Bags.
So Battle of Bags, if you're listening to this right away, it's Wednesday. So we dropped the semifinals on Monday.
Yeah.
I made the executive decision this morning just because if we look at general traffic on social media, it's actually lower on the weekends and it's much higher. Like our highest days are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
I want the most traffic. I want the most eyes. That's the whole point of this. So I decided we were going to drop the semifinal matchups, all of them, all 6 matchups on Monday. And then going into the finals of each bracket on Tuesday. And if you're listening to this on Wednesday at noon, the fucking finals
are there.
Okay. It is so the semifinals. I was very happy that semifinals, 3 brackets, 12 total bags remain.
Yep.
Out of the 12 bags, we have 8 different bag manufacturers. I like seeing that. I wanted to see as many different manufacturers represented.
Sure. Yeah.
So Lucky Bags is the only company that's represented in all 3 brackets. Still, they have Pro Sniper in the fast. They have Surefire in the slow, and then they have the Elite Pro Sniper. BG, right, coming in very strong. They had 3 bags going in there. They're left with a Wizard. I said before the bracket started, I'd be surprised if the Wizard didn't take it down this year. But again, we'll kind of see where it's at. A dark horse. I don't know. I don't want to say out of nowhere, because I think during that draft, I had even made a mention that like somebody else is going to be the gambler this year, and it might be a company like a Sub-Zero.
Yeah, man,
they have 2 bags. They made it they're in the fast bracket and the hybrid. They have the Tempest in the fast bracket, and then the Wintertide.
Yeah.
All right. Ironically, they're facing Ultra in both of them.
Yeah.
All right. So the Wintertide's going against Viper R.
Can David beat Goliath?
And Tempest is going against Viper. I have a feeling, again, this is Sunday we're recording, not posting it. I have a feeling that the Tempest might pull out the win against the Viper.
Then Viper R takes the cake.
Viper R is not going to lose.
Yeah.
Just if you're looking at total votes across every round, it's Viper R and Lucky Pro Sniper have been the highest across the board. And then you have Sub-Zero. Again, I think it's going to be one of those same situations. You're going to get a situation where most of the Ultra fans are going to throw like, hey, we're claiming our dude. We want this fucking bracket, just like how I think BG is going to eventually come together behind the Wizard.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to kind of put all their eggs in one basket, and the Viper might just kind of get maybe not quite as many votes. Maybe they'll get like 800, 900, and then
it's because of those damn dots.
Tempest could come flying out under the radar and pull off this win.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree.
Early predictions, right? Sunday night.
Yeah.
Who's winning slow bracket?
I'm there with you on the Wizard. I think the Wizard's going to pull out the slow bracket.
So we have the Wizard, which is going.
I mean, Surefire is going to be close too.
So, Cornhole Scenario made a run.
Yeah,
all the way to the semifinals.
The Copycats, correct?
Yeah. So Copycats going against Surefire, and the Wizard is going against Fly Magic. So I'm interested.
Dude, here's another one, man. I got a good following.
They do. Here's my only issue is Fly has yet to show them. Can they reach 1,000? You're going to need 1,000 to make it to the finals.
I mean, they might after Trader showing up this weekend, you know?
And again, it could just come to one of those things where it's like, BG doesn't seem like it has like an anti-BG crowd anymore.
No.
It just be like whether you like BG or you just prefer to throw something else. Whereas Cornhole Scenario, it's very polarizing, which I think is going to be a good thing for Lucky Bags.
Yeah.
I think the Surefire probably... I think it gets by the Copycat realistically, and then we're gonna probably I'm gonna guess we're gonna end up with a Wizard versus Surefire showdown. I think the Wizard's gonna win it, and I think that comfortably.
Yeah, I mean we'll see.
And then Slick side, I think we're gonna see Sub-Zero take it down. I'm gonna go Sub-Zero Tempest going against Lucky Bag Pro Sniper. Pro Sniper in the semifinals going against the P90 from Kill Shots.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm surprised
if they can get behind it.
Listen, I'm a little disappointed in Titan Bag Nation. Okay, yeah. I really thought there was a piss poor showing in the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
I mean you had it in your hand to kind of squeak by because the vote totals just weren't there. It just
it's hard. I mean we watched the votes plummet. You know whenever there's an open going.
Well,
on,
I'll be completely honest. I would much rather see Titan
attention.
Bags make it over Kill Shots, but we'll see. You know, it
didn't work out. But I mean Kill Shots had a nice run. The Wolverine, right? Was the one that was in the hybrid that had.
It did okay.
I mean, it was a close matchup.
Yeah,
got over 1,000 votes, but couldn't pull it off.
So yeah, Pro Sniper against P90, and then Viper versus Tempest. So it wouldn't surprise me seeing Pro Sniper versus Tempest. Yeah. Pro Sniper winning that bracket eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me either if we see Pro Sniper dethroned in this one. I don't know.
By Tempest or Viper?
No, I'm thinking by maybe Kill Shots.
No.
I mean, again, it all depends
here's my only thing is, you know why? Because some people, obviously they have the cult following of people that'll vote Kill Shots, whatever. It's the same thing with any bad company. When was the last time you saw a P90 in the wild thrown?
No, I know, but again, it's kill shots.
I get it. I get it.
You don't see many. Last year, I didn't see a ton of people throwing a pro sniper anymore, but that still took it down. So
yeah. Well, and also you had one of the best players in the world throwing it.
Yeah,
which
I mean, it does help.
So, and then you have the hybrid bracket, which is shaping up to be pretty nice. You have Viper R going against Wintertide. We said that.
Yeah.
I think eventually the Viper R is just gonna be too much for Wintertide to handle, but we'll see. And then on the other side, you have Elite Pro Sniper versus the Guardian. This is a straight up where are we at with Brotherhood Cornhole?
Yeah.
Are they ready to take the next step to hang with the big boys? Because realistically, they should beat the Elite Pro Sniper.
Yeah.
The Elite Pro Sniper has not been out that long. Brotherhood should gather the Brotherhood Guardian fans and everyone that's just like, well, fuck, this bag shouldn't win because it's just been out.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like they're going to get a lot of those.
Well, yeah, and I think too, like a lot of people, maybe they're like anti-establishment and they just want to vote for the little guy.
I hope we see three
Cleveland
different
way of
companies in the
thinking.
final.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we do not see nothing against them. I hope we don't see a clean sweep by Lucky Bags.
And if they do, then
That's
I think
what happened
we just,
last year.
Yeah, then I think we're just done doing this tournament forever.
No, we just run it back. Well, no, because then people just need to show up and
Like,
like.
somebody dethrone Lucky Bags.
So and I'm not calling for that. If Lucky Bags wins, awesome, that's fine. I mean, I like Mike Hennessy a whole lot, and obviously they have a huge following, and they show up for the tournament, which is great. Like I love the participation for it.
We just like I like things changing. I like to see the little guy win from time to time. So we'll see.
I'm interested to see vote totals. I'm guessing that you're going to need probably 1,100 votes per round to probably take this thing down.
Take it.
I think the finals last year was I think Elite Pro Sniper had just shy of 2,000 votes to win.
You mean just Pro Sniper?
Or I'm sorry, Pro Sniper. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it gets a little confusing.
It does.
Not the mid, or the elite, just the pro.
Just the pro.
Just the Pro Sniper. But again, if you voted in anything, thank you very much. We had over 105,000 total votes.
Insane, man. Love it.
And still going. Like I expect there to be. I'm hoping we can get to like
We'll get to 120, 140.
Yeah, so I'm hoping. Yeah, right around there, 120. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and recap the stuff.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the recap. So this past weekend, they had ACL Open number 11 in Triadelphia, West Virginia. You want to start with singles?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So singles, I actually literally just got done watching the finals match.
Yes.
So we had Devin Harbaugh going against Ryan Trader. Devin Harbaugh ends up winning it 22-19 over Ryan Trader. Devin Harbaugh was trying to be a gentleman, was trying his best to give Ryan a chance to win that game.
He really was, man.
Was up big, 20-12, I think it got to at one point. Harbaugh had 3-4 chances to win the game and just came up short. The one was a pretty bad missed the board wide right, like barely hit the board. He then took it out on his headphones.
Chucked his headphones.
Which is very uncharacteristic of Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Widely regarded as just a very easygoing, super nice dude.
But you know, I mean, he jumped out to a lead, and then he was just kind of letting Trader walk back the whole way. So I think this frustration just got the best of him, especially on a bag that he probably hits, I would say, like 6 of 10 times.
Yeah, I mean,
or at the very much
shot,
pushes one in and leaves one off to the side, and he just clean side railed it. I mean, that's very uncharacteristic. So, but at the end, I mean, he was able to keep his composure, even though Trader was just hitting every filthy shot under the sun. And it came down to Trader went to push through, and his bag just kind of didn't have enough giddy up to it. And then Harbaugh was able to sneak around for a 2-bag push to get a 4-bagger on a 10, and that was it.
What I like seeing, again, obviously Ryan Trader has been the story of the open season, right?
Mm-hmm.
He, at least in singles, I mean, he seems like he's either in the finals or he's winning his bracket of every single open he's had, which is great. Let's see if this can translate to national time.
Yeah.
Again, we've said it before. We've seen young guys have a lot of success early on in singles, in opens, and it doesn't straight away translate. All right, Alex Hicks.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see if he can put it all together to national. It looks like he's staying hot at the right time. What I like seeing is Devin Harbaugh, who's a guy who's been going to these tournaments. He's had a solid showing, but him, again, getting all the way to the finals, winning his bracket, and then winning the entire open. It's a good step as we get a month away from the first national.
Yeah.
All right. This is when you start to turn it on. You want to see these guys win their bracket. other bracket winners, right? So we had Ryan Trader and Devin Harbaugh. Other bracket winners were Justin Burton Jr., Ethan Walker, Jeremiah Ellis, Tyler Poitras, Alex Hicks, and Fisher Hamilton.
Just killer list.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that, and now listen, if we're saying we're surprised by anyone,
Poitras.
yeah, would be the only. And again, I saw him playing doubles.
Yeah,
the dude, he's got it again. He's back, and
he's
that's a
back.
good thing. And people, if you're new to the game, you might not recognize the name. If you're an OG in cornhole, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, like you're not that surprised. 'Cause that's kind of where I'm at. It just took him a little bit to kind of feel his groove and get back into that pro level. But Tyler Poitras, the game's better when he's good. It just adds another stud to the field. It looks like he has it back.
Yeah, no,
he's just
I love to
another
see
no
it.
hesitation, shoot the fucking airmail. He can throw slick. He has all the shots. So he's a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see the semifinal match between Trader and Ellis? And I know people are going to be talking about
Yeah,
this.
I didn't see
It's gonna be the hot topic.
I didn't
so we might
see
as
the
well
whole
touch on
match,
it.
but I did see the wave
Yeah.
that shook the world.
So Ryan Trader puts his last bag in to basically lock up the win, right? After he throws his last bag in, goes in the hole, and he kind of like looks at the camera, does like a bye-bye, and like looks at Jeremiah. Now listen, Jeremiah Ellis is the first one to admit, I guarantee you, that he likes chirping. His match against Ethan Walker, they were chirping back and forth the entire
whole time.
And he's chirping a little bit with Ryan. It's all in good fun, though. That's when it's fun.
Yes. That's when cornhole
This is what we need.
is fun to watch.
As when we're watching it, oh my God, how much more fun would it be if there was a little bit of shit talk? All in good fun.
for
Not like
sure.
they're getting aggressive about it, but
I want the
person
aggression too, Sean.
letting the person know when they're playing well. So I know some people are going to be like, oh, it's a bad showing, or Ellis is going to get him next time. Well, no, I think I love it personally.
All right, but
when do you have a problem? Do you have a problem
It's
with
not.
this?
It's not that I have a problem with it. Just when did we were actually talking about this yesterday, at my other family dinner. When did the wave become a thing? Like the bye-bye? Because I was watching North Carolina versus Duke. UNC's at Duke, and they win. And they all just start waving to the fans. Bye. I see it on every platform now, and I'm like, growing up, I never once saw that as like...
We did in high school.
So I'd never... No.
Like the chant, like drive home safely and all that
well,
stuff.
that stuff, yeah. But that was like... That's football fans, not the players themselves
you're saying.
waving by and shit. Like... I don't like, there is a level of disrespect there. Like, part of me, I mean, I understand like trash talk and shit, but like a game winner, like as simple as it was for Trader for that, like, bro, just act like you've done it before. Like, I don't know. Like, I have more respect for the guy that just moves on and then like somebody that wants the last word in trash talking.
I don't mind it. I don't mind the wave because again, like it seemed like good natured, like trash talk in a way.
Exactly. Like,
but my thing is, I've always been a fan of talk your shit on the field, but then when the game's over,
yeah,
bad blood's over,
again,
you
there's
shake the person's hand. But again, I was. Okay
I know there
with
was
it.
no malicious intent
No.
with Trader and shit. Like, this has nothing to do really with him specifically.
No,
I'm just saying, as a general like fan of sports watching, the whole like waving goodbye thing, it's already overdone. Everyone needs to just stop doing it.
So do we need to come up with something new?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not cute waving bye to the losing team. Like, you're like, it really blew me away watching UNC do that to Duke in Duke Stadium. Like, I know you're being disrespected the whole game.
Who
but,
did it better, Trader or Logan Chamberlain and Matt Guy? I'm gonna say Chamberlain only because like the intent behind it was really there.
Yeah, that
You know
was
what I mean?
really
Like,
that
I
was
love
really
it,
there.
yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, the wave just it gets me a little bit.
But
like,
the Ellis Walker match, I love it. Like the fun banter, little shit talk back and forth. Like, just that's awesome, man. Like that's exactly what we're all hoping for when we're watching. I'm 100% in it.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree.
All right, so in doubles, stop me if you've heard this before, but Adam Hissner and Trey Birchfield win doubles.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard it like the last 2 times or something.
Yeah, so Trey Birchfield himself is on kind of like an unprecedented run. He's won the last 3 open doubles, the last 2 with Adam Hissner. Pretty impressive stuff.
Very impressive.
They take down Sebastian Schaefer Ford and Cole Brewer, they were kind of like the surprise team.
Yeah.
Through all this, they ended up beating Jacob Gore and Hunter Thorne in the semifinals, 26-9. Like, just took them to town.
Kind of handled it. But on the flip side, Hissner and Birchfield beat Tony Smith and Mark Richards 27-7.
Okay, so that's actually kind of a nice match that we got in the semifinals. I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
Does that change your power rankings at all? Like, does Trey and Adam, do they belong ahead of Smith and Richards? Because, again, we don't know what we're going to get from Smith and Richards. They won their bracket.
Yeah.
But anyone that watched them play looked like they were pretty uncomfortable. Now,
But
they're
we're able to win their
uncomfortable-
bracket
Exactly.
playing uncomfortable.
Correct. But, again, to win it all.
Are they
You
throwing pro
can't.
snipers?
Yeah, we're.
Okay.
So, listen, Adam and Trey have a good chemistry going. Trey Birchfield is looking more and more like the Trey Birchfield of old, which is a very scary thing for a lot of
I
players.
love to see it because, I mean,
He
like we
looks
said
he's
earlier.
he just looks like he's having fun again.
Yeah, like when Poitras, like when we said Poitras, the game's better with him good. I think
is.
it's better with Trey Birchfield good
And
too.
he's got it down with these bags now, and he has his strategy and his gameplay, and he's confident, and he knows he has a guy across from him that is about as steady as they come.
Yeah.
And they just seem like they have a really good chemistry.
For sure. I mean, they've been playing together for years or against each other for years. They know each other very well.
In
I
that
think it's
relationship, it
smart.
doesn't seem like there's a 1A, 1B kind of thing. It seems, you know what I mean? Like, it really seems like they're very
mutual
even.
respect, and they
Yeah,
they
very
know
much
that if
so.
they both go and do their part, they have a good chance of winning everything.
So now that we added all the fluff,
yes,
back to my question. If you were power ranking right now, Hisner and Birchfield,
Yes.
where do they fall?
I mean, I don't have them over Smith and Richards.
What about KB and Batson?
No, I'm giving the nod to them still because we always say an Open's not a national.
Okay.
So
what about Burton Jr. and Chamberlain?
I put them like even keel right now. I would put Burton Jr. and Chamberlain right there with Hisner and Birchfield with just what we've seen as of late from Hisner and Birchfield.
I think it'd be dumb to leave them outside of the top 5 right now.
No, I agree. That's I think they're literally like right there at the 4 or 5 spot.
If we're doing
my power
overall
ranking.
power rankings right now, if
Yeah.
if gun to my head, and I might do this week now that Best of the Backs is wrapping up.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to gear up towards National 1. This is what I'm really going to start driving into it. We're going to come out with our own power rankings for doubles, and we'll post them up for doubles and singles. I'm not saying I'm putting them number 1, but it's a conversation that's going on in my head right now on what do we do? Like, what do we do with KB and Eddie? Like, they haven't played as much, but like, they've won 3 fucking
They
nationals and
show
a
up to
world
nationals,
championship, man.
yeah, and they just
And like, they've been there, they've done that. So like, are we? And like, it was the same thing last year. Like,
you can't count them out until you see.
but we already. But again, I know Hisner and Birchfield, they haven't played together at the national level.
Yeah.
But they've played together plenty, and in the opens, it's translating directly to success.
Yeah.
It doesn't always, we know that. But when you're playing with your pro partner and you're playing this well, it just seems like it's a good time to get hot.
My thing is, if they're not ahead of them, or we put them ahead of them after the first national, we'll see. Because honestly, like, what KB did last year was just incredible.
Yeah.
And he still seems like he's doing well.
Yeah.
I can't count against him on the national stage because, again, you just have to give the nod still at this point.
So you putting them 3 or 4?
I'm putting them.
You don't have to
Yeah,
answer
I'm
right
just
now,
saying, like, Birchfield, I'll put Birchfield and Hisner just behind them.
Okay. It seemed before, like, we knew pretty much, like, okay, these are our top 3 doubles teams, right?
Yeah.
Coming in. You can also put in like Kano and Hamilton. I think that they deserve that, right? Like, we had like this group of like 6 teams, maybe 5 teams that we felt like, okay, but they could go in any order. I feel like it's even getting more defined now with Hisner and Birchfield. They were in my top 10.
Yeah.
After winning it again, like, yeah, they do.
But
they
I mean,
deserve that big jump.
Is Hisner Birchfield not just like the Ohio version of what KB and Grindersleeve are?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, like, young buck that they've played against forever, like, end up pairing up, and here we go. They're just a little bit older and have been doing it just a little bit longer. So
yeah, very true.
Yeah, maybe they will end up overtaking them and having a season like they did last year. Won't surprise me. We'll see.
I got to watch more of the doubles than I did singles, right? So I watched Tony Smith, March Richards, and then Hisner Birchfield. And I also watched Smith and Richards in the semifinals when they played against Nico Morales and Poitras. They squeaked out the win against Poitras and Morales. They almost got double dipped. they didn't look comfortable. Neither one of them. Like Mark Richards, game 1 against Morales and Poitras was just off his game. And Morales was just, it didn't help that Morales only missed like 2 bags all game. But going into the second one, the one thing you're going to get from a Richards is he doesn't typically give up big rounds, and he's a grinder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's going to make you earn it.
Mm-hmm.
And Smith at times looked like just effortless throwing the bag out. And then something changed. And it just never looked like he was comfortable again. And I'm not saying this is going to be like a panic mode kind of thing. You don't like seeing that as we starting to get closer to National 1. Now, again, you said it. They won their bracket.
Yeah.
Opens they're not nationals. We get that. But it when you're playing against another team, when we're talking power rankings, it is interesting. If it would have been 21-19, all right, anyone could have won that. But it was 27-7.
Yeah.
Like, it was a sound butt fucking.
That it was. Yeah. I mean, again, if you're not feeling comfortable, once you hit the other elite teams, you're not going to pull out the victory, but still good enough to make it to that point.
Jacob Gore is clearly as good as advertised, but who I was impressed was Hunter Thorne, especially in their the bracket finals game. They played against Kaylee Hunter and Fat Sam.
Yeah.
Fath
Sim.
Hold on, I have it down.
Fath Sim.
Yeah. Path Sem. Yes.
Something like that.
They're a
Awesome
sneaky
guy.
team, first of
Yeah.
all, to watch out for.
100%.
The guy just doesn't seem like he ever misses. Throws slick side down, has a deadly airmail. In the semifinals, though, he was Hunter was going against Path, and let me tell you what, like, it was going against a guy that when it's a 2-point game and you can't miss a bag because he's going slick side down the middle 4 times in a row. He buckled up when he needed to. It was nice to see Hunter Thorne kind of take that next step into, like, just, I don't know, like, he's always kind of been like, I don't want to call him like the lower level of like that Brat Pack guy, but now he seems like he's elevating himself into becoming like a very consistent pro level player.
I think we saw whispers of it last year, and then 100%. Now
That's what
he's starting to turn that corner a little bit.
Maybe not even turning the corner, but he's at least staying that consistency level.
Because last year, like, we kind of had him where like Kano was at, and then Kano made that leap pretty quick.
Yes,
and I think like we're kind of just seeing Thorne get there a little bit slower, but he's
super
very
talented. Yeah, correct. And I think again, he's playing smarter now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And sometimes it just takes guys a little bit longer till something clicks in them. But like, okay, for me, going back to the Smith and Richards, it just looks to me like Tony Smith is bored, man. And I know he can hit all the shots, but I'm going to say it again. Sometimes I feel like Tony Smith throwing a pro sniper, although he can do all the stuff, but it, like, if he threw something just a little bit slower, I feel like maybe it just fits his game a little bit better.
Maybe
we'll see.
I mean, maybe.
I'm interested to see how. Now they could go and win the first national, and we're going to be like, all right, he's fine, we're good, we're good. But all we can talk about is what we've seen last.
Exactly.
He just didn't look comfortable. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, the first national is always the great equalizer with the random brackets and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, is that still the same?
I think so.
I mean, that's always the great equalizer. So we'll see.
I did want to say one thing. Did you happen to see any of the doubles? Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, I mean, I saw some of it, just not like
there
notable
needs to be
matches.
something there. I mean, it should have been against the law. Like, I turned the live stream on and I'm watching and I'm looking and I'm like, is Kaylee Hunter wearing pants?
Yeah, I did happen to see. It was like a
she was wearing
somebody
these, like,
went live and she was
like almost like these nude colored
front,
pants.
Yeah,
I could not tell. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that should almost be illegal.
I thought she was wearing like bikini bottoms and her jersey was like covering it or something. I was like, oh, I didn't know that like you could
craziest thing I've
wear that. But
I tell you what, again, she's looking better. Like, she's looking like the Kaylee Hunter of old.
Yeah,
like,
we're not talking about her skin tone yoga pants.
No.
We're talking about her game.
Looking very good.
Rounding into what we've always thought.
Correct,
with her.
man. Like we've said, like, she's had the game. She has to throw the technique to be like that, to really compete, to be like one of the best females in there.
Yeah.
Last year, she really fell off. This year, I tell you what, like,
she's starting out right, man.
We're seeing their names at the end of these opens.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do is just keep seeing it. I think they're going to be a sneaky team. Like, I won't be surprised if we see them in like, finish like 40th.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? Like, kind of get automatic qualifier kind of thing. But we'll see. We will see.
That we will.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we got a dramatic reading, man.
Ooh.
In a world where bean bags have brought men to their knees, social media serves as sanctuary for keyboard warriors. Time for the dramatic readings.
And as always, the dramatic reading is brought to you by Big Bags. Nothing feels better in a Big Asp fan than a pair of big old D's flopping around in your hand. So why don't you head on over to Big Bags today and get that sack fulfillment we all need. You ready with that?
I am.
Let's do it.
Addicted to cornhole. Titan bags. Who's going to stop these guys? 3 ACL opens in a row? Come on. I hear this is a record. You know who the real BG is. If you know, you know. So I thought this is one of those little... I love that cornhole community is still small enough that everybody knows everybody. You know what I mean? And that we can have fun with this
little.
And if you're going to have
jab,
fun with anybody, BG is kind of a good company to do it because they're active on social media. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they get it. You know, they kind of get it. Like, they're not going to get butthurt about something like that. They get it's a marketing ploy, and any publicity is good publicity, right?
Yep.
So their little how did they end it a little bit? You know who the real BG is? There's got to be the definite play at like Bag Godz, right?
Yes.
So Titan Bags flexing a little bit. The Titan Bags has won the last 3 open doubles. I do have to say Rich Chamness, or I can't remember if it was Rich or from the BG account, said something like along the lines of, "Oh, that's cute. Call us when you won 3 nationals in a row."
Yeah.
Hashtag Bag Godz. Like, drop the mic at that point, right? Like, there's nothing else you can say. It's true.
Slap the mic, man.
But Titan Bags obviously making the right investment. They made the smart call. Putting these two together is definitely paying dividends. And I'll tell you what, Nico Morales was looking very good. Tyler Poitras was looking like he liked his bags as well.
They got a killer team this year.
I'm very interested to see what Steven Bernasek can do. I think it's going to be a good year for Titan. I think this is kind of one of those years that they make the step. I think. Do you feel like sometimes people forget that they still link them with the old West Georgia bags?
I think we're out of that now.
Okay.
I do. I think we're beyond that.
Why? So Titan Bags is like, it's a big company, right?
Yeah.
But they're not like they're like a tier 1, right? I'm assuming in terms of like manufacturing, but in terms of like overall popularity, we saw it in the best of the bags. They had a piss poor performance in the semifinals. I think obviously that has a little bit to do with it's the weekend and maybe the exposure overall isn't to it. But just their numbers, like in something like as dumb as like our bag contest, hasn't been quite as much as like some of the real big boys.
Yeah.
Like, is it because they have had too many bag selections?
I think that
hurts
does.
them.
I think that does have something to do with it.
Which I think for the consumer, it's great. They literally have a bag for everything.
Yeah, but now I feel like they're really starting to hone in on that. I feel like they probably noticed it themselves. So yeah, I mean, like the Talon, like that was a great bag that they
the
came
Talon
out
2.0,
with.
I think is what it is.
So to me, it's more like they had, like you said, like the affiliation with the West Georgia bags and stuff.
Yeah.
They started making their own identity. They never really had like someone catapult them until
I know that
like
that
last
one
season.
bag.
Really, I feel
like every big bag company's had like at least that one bag that's really like catapulted them into like,
and I kind of put
relevance.
them like they're still like fairly popular, like just in the general public.
Yeah.
I almost put them like where Ultra was like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, where yeah, you had a lot of like Viper throwers and stuff, but they weren't the ones winning tournaments early on.
Yeah.
And then like as it started growing popularity, more and more people threw them, and then they kind of blossomed into this like
I just feel
powerhouse.
like this is
It's just taking them a little bit longer, I guess.
yeah. No, this
to get up
feels like
there,
this
but-
could be a springboard year for Titan Bags.
Yes, I 100% agree.
If
They have the
Adam
team to
and
do
Trey
it.
all of a sudden hop on and they start dominating,
I should
in
say
doubles.
like team as in like top to bottom. Like they just have some absolute killers this year that
it's shown. The people like to throw what the best players in the world are throwing.
yeah.
So far, that's been Lucky Bags and BG for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's been a few in between here or there, but and those companies obviously are probably the 2 most popular companies out there.
Yeah.
Ultra sponsored half the ACL last year.
Mm-hmm.
Their bags were just everywhere. You know what I mean? So there's different approaches. It just strikes me as the Titans very much a family feel, right?
Yes.
And once you're in, you're in. But if you're out, you're out.
Yeah,
It seems like they've kind of hitched their wagon to the right players.
for sure. Yeah, no, I think all the players seem to respect that family feel too. Like they feel it as well. So like nobody feels like left out on that crew.
Yeah.
So like I
Again,
respect it. I mean, it's
I was a little worried. Like Birchfield was going away from a bag that literally like he made famous.
he made famous, but then what changed where he wasn't successful with that bag any longer?
I would argue that had less to do with the bag. And again, this is not a shot at Titan or Lucky. Less to do with the bag than it does probably like just lifestyle choices or.
Yeah, I mean him just going through life.
Correct.
I feel like, maybe just not enough time to play as much cornhole as you used to.
Again, if I was 20 something and you think this podcast was coming out every week, you're dead wrong.
Yeah.
Like life is just different. I get it. So it seems like Trey's in a good spot. Hats off to them. Another stellar performance. Shout out to both Titan Bags and BG for just keeping the levity and having fun, man. Like this is what it's about.
Not everything
I
has
love
to be
it.
daggers, folks. All right, they can just
loved
be
it.
rubber chickens.
And listen,
Have some
you're
fun.
allowed to go pound your chest after your boys just win.
Yeah, hell
not
yeah.
just once, but they won 3 times in a row. You're allowed to go pound your chest.
Thump
Absolutely.
it. Thump.
How many times did we have to see the BG reels going around with Eddie and KB winning 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Like, so celebrate loud and proud whenever you get it because you don't know when it's going to come.
Yeah, loud and proud.
Oh yeah.
You know all too much about that, Sean.
You want to cue the rap horn?
Do I ever?
Do it.
Just one more for good measure.
Do you like how many messages I get? People are like, I love when Dane goes crazy on the rap horn. I'm like, that's such a dumb part of our show, but that's like their favorite part is when you go crazy on the rap horn. I love fucking
I try to like, it's weird because I feel like I always end up like starting off with the same beat, and I'm like, what beat is that? And I'm like, I play it. I'm like, no, just switch it up.
All right, we just had Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube at Big Asp Cornhole.
And then I'm just left with Facebook at Big Asp Cornhole Podcast.
Yeah, I really fucked that one
one.
up naming it.
Thanks again to our sponsors. Let's start off with the Draggin Bags. Head on over to dragginbags.com and get that heat. Drop code BIGASP12 at checkout to save yourself money. And get your morning bean on at Cornhole Coffee. Drop code BIGASP at checkout. It's going to save you money on your delicious morning pick-me-up.
Stop throwing ugly bags. And you can do that by going over to Blackjack Cornhole. Go to blackjackcornhole.com. Use code BIGASP, and you're going to save yourself 10%. Don't forget about grabbing your boards at Gnarly Bags. If you go to gnarlybags.com, use code BIGASP. You're going to save yourself 10% off your shiny new set of pro-level boards. And, of course, we can't forget about Black Sheep Baggers. If you're in the market for a new set of bags, consider checking out Black Sheep and be a Black Sheep. Join the team today. Go to blacksheepbaggers.com. Use code BIGASP, and you're going to save yourself 10%.
Hell yeah. Big D bags. Don't be one, throw them.
Well said.
Nice.
Patreon. Stickers are coming out your way. It's literally printing off the address labels as we speak. They're going to be hitting the mail realistically probably Tuesday. Because
Thanks to our mommy.
Yeah.
She helped
Dude,
you
the
organize
formatting on the Excel was like even she said it was all jacked up. So I needed some Excel expertise on that so I could get it all done.
Might be easier to do it into like an Adobe document, to be honest with you, because
Whatever.
that'll like eliminate spacing and stuff. But
Anyways, if you're asking like, what the hell are you guys talking about? What's Patreon? Patreon's a spot where you can come get bonus content. You can support us on our endeavors for the price of a beer a month. You can get bonus content. You're all eligible for bag giveaways. We do monthly happy hours. It's really just a cool kids club, ultimately. And if you're like, I don't know if I like them enough to get them a beer a month, well, you can try it out for free. And if you like the content, you want a little bit more, then you can consider doing it.
Fuel our habits.
So go to patreon.com/bigaspcornhole. And again, for all of our assholes out there, we love you. We greatly appreciate your support. Hell yeah. So stay tuned. We're going to be joined by Mr. Frank Verona Jr., ACL Pro, Brotherhood Guardian sponsored bag. Already kind of making a splash early in his first year.
Yes.
Super interesting. Don't really know anything about the kid, but I've heard he's very nice, very well spoken. It didn't look like he had the best weekend this weekend, but we can't all win everything
exactly
all the time. So
I mean, he's also embarking on a cruise in like
he's going
a day. So I mean, I get it. It's a lot wrapped into
I'm
one.
sure we'll hear all about that. But so again, don't forget, we're super excited for the Big Asp Open. It's going to be September 21st, 2024. Mark your calendars. More details are going to be coming out. And we're super excited. This has been a lot of work behind the scenes. And we're going to put one kick-ass event on for sure.
I am pumped.
Hell yeah.
I am
All right.
pumped.
Well, hope you guys enjoy the interview, and we'll be back next Wednesday with some more stuff. But until then, as always, we hope you throw it straight. That's nothing but 4 baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later. All right, welcome back to the Big Asp Cornhole podcast. We're now joined with ACL rookie, Mr. Frank Verona Jr. What's going on, dude?
How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. So you just got back a little bit ago, right? So you were in Triadelphia?
Yeah.
All right, so I know you're obviously if you're joining us tonight.
You can just breeze over it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it wasn't like the best experience, but so how was the venue there? Just walk us through your performance this weekend.
So I got there Thursday, and there's a blind draw at some random dude's house, and we're pretty sketched out. But
that's about as cornhole as you get, right?
Yeah. I got to the gas station. There was those beatboxes they're 11% for $5. And yes, went to the blind draw, started drinking those. Could barely see the board. It was very fun.
Oh yeah.
So that's probably the highlight of my weekend. Friday the teams didn't do good. Saturday, doubles we couldn't find it. I played with Angel Camarena.
Okay.
Couldn't find it. And then singles, oh god, today I played Eric Davis, and it was 6-3, and it was round 13. No one could score. He goes for his classic bar soap, his dumb stuff. He gives up a 7. Very next round, he does the same shot and he hits it, and I give up 9 the very next round.
His dumb
yeah,
shot.
So he's up 2 on that dumb shot.
So what we're saying is Eric Davis is back.
Yeah, he throws nasty stuff.
And it was 2019. I had a bag in, and then he had 2. Like, it was like a side by side, and then he tried to roll, didn't work. And then I tried to roll, and my bag's elevated like this in the air. I'm like, oh my god, here we go. And he absolutely sends my bag that was elevated a little bit off the back for game. So I was out and then I lost to Cody Henderson 21-18. So 2-2.
Oh, Cody.
My bracket was pretty stacked though. So
yeah, I was gonna say those 2 matches alone. I'm like, all right.
Well, they had looking at the final 8. I mean, it was a pretty well attended by the pros location. It seemed like it was pretty stacked. Didn't seem like a lot of West Coast names, but for the most part, everyone from the Midwest and East seemed like they were there.
Yeah, everyone showed up.
What bags is Eric Davis throwing this year? Do we know what bag company he's with?
He threw Elites against me, the new Pro Sniper Elites.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, interesting. I didn't know if he was with Lucky Bags, if he's just throwing whatever. I didn't hear if he signed with anybody.
No idea.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's with Lucky.
How was the travel to Triadelphia?
Yeah.
Because I don't even know anything about this city. Was it pretty convenient? Easy to get to?
It's weird. It's like
I'm so glad
we're being on the road for 20 miles and road work.
Oh,
on the way there. But then we got to the around the venue, and it actually was civilization. But if anywhere outside of it, there was just the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just hills.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the little lights at night up in the mountains?
That's
all the moonshine stills. That's
So
not a joke.
You're originally from New York, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you're in New Jersey currently?
Yeah, I got a bunch of family down here in North Jersey, and then I'm staying here and then flying to Miami for the ACL cruise.
Sweet. So I know this past weekend obviously wasn't great, right, for you. But this is your rookie season. You've already had a pretty nice open season so far. Has it gone up to your expectations? Did you have expectations starting the season? Did you feel like you could perform as well as you have, or was it a little bit surprising for you that it's, I think it's every pro in the beginning stages has oh, I can't hang, or I can't just hang, I can fucking beat these guys. Did you have that epiphany at some point this season?
I still have it.
Okay.
I still have that mental block. It's because I've only been playing for 2.5 years. I've only been playing since August 21, and a year ago I'm watching these people on YouTube, and now I have to play and beat them, and it's hard. It's hard to get past. Sometimes I like don't care. Sometimes it's really tough. I don't know why. Especially like I've gotten to the point where I've like usually consistently will get deep in the brackets. I've won 3 brackets, 2 in Canada, 1 in Myrtle, but then just actually like thinking about it is like, yeah, Frank Verona is going to win this thing. It's like so hard to like think about for some reason, even though I know I have like talent to do it. It's just weird.
Well, again, 2.5 years is nothing. I mean, like a guy like Eric Davis or Cody Henderson, they've been playing for like 12 years probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like that's crazy. What other game is there like a professional sport that you can go and like only play for 2.5 years and make it like at not just like just make it to the pro level, but like at a pro level like where you can win. You know what I mean? Like that's really impressive.
Can't think of any other.
I mean, I can think of Mark Richards, but like, you know what I mean? Besides, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it doesn't happen. You don't see it very often. Like, but it seems like cornhole is the one thing that you could pick up and become really, really good at it. So
maybe
why
pickleball too? Nick Foles.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that I have nothing about pick. Okay, fair enough. So why did you get started? You strike me as like an athletic dude, right? How tall are you?
6'5".
All right, so it's already cheating. You can reach halfway to the fucking board when you're releasing it.
Yeah. Never have to take timeouts. I could always see the whole.
Yeah. It's crazy. So I'm assuming you were an athlete growing up.
I played basketball in high school. I actually ended up growing like after high school, so I was only like 6 foot my senior year.
No shit.
But like my best friend and his girlfriend, like their family was in like some random league, and like they needed like a sub or something, and I had a little bit of time, so they asked me to play, and one thing I told them, I was like, you guys should have taught me this game.
And you get hooked right away?
Yeah, hooked right away. And I don't know, just took it to the next level.
Now, how long was it? Like, how long did you have to start playing until you felt like, all right, I'm pretty good. I could probably make a run at being like a pro.
I wanted to do like, so last year before like I qualified, I wanted to just get like top 100. Okay. Just like get the jersey, get to whatever.
So in the conference, you mean?
Yeah, top 100 in the conference. Okay. I really didn't have any expectations, but I went to the Bag Mania with Jimmy Humans the first. It was like what 2023. Yeah. Okay. When he asked me to go and we actually had success. I won advanced singles. We got third in open doubles. Like it actually like hit me that I could do it. And yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's so crazy to me. It doesn't like make sense, but here we are.
Don't worry. We can't really relate to those feelings either. So we've never felt that kind of success or anything. So,
we're currently running a best of the bags contest, and I see you're currently rocking one of our semifinalists, Brotherhood Cornhole.
Let's go.
How did that partnership come up? Have you been throwing their bags for a while, or is this like a newer partnership since you turned pro?
Yeah, so back to the Bag Mania, I won one of the prizes. Like I got money, I got boards, and I got like the Brotherhood bags. And I had no idea what they were. I was just like, right, whatever. I barely threw them. And then I went to Arizona, played with Jimmy again, and I got partnered with this kid, Asher Plummer from Nevada. He was like a sponsored player at the time, and we ended up getting like third overall on the blind draw. And then I was like, then this dude came up to me. I'm like, what the hell? And it's Brent. Okay. And he was like, yo, I want you on the team badly. And I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, I don't know. I was like taken aback because like I've never met him before and anything like that. I was strictly like throwing BGs at the time. I was like, I want this and stuff. But then I really thought about it. We met each other again at Worlds. He showed me like everything about it. And I realized like over time that it's definitely a better fit to me ever since, especially now that I qualified for pro. And I can safely say that I made the right decision.
Are you throwing the Guardian?
I threw the Guardian this weekend, but I'm mainly like the Wingman.
Okay. And that's their herringbone bag, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting. Okay.
Very nice, man. We scored them very well, so they're great bags.
Like I said, I'd never really seen their bags out before until I went to Delaware. And I went to that blind draw, and they were everywhere. I did a video just going around asking people like what their favorite cornhole bags were. I had to like start asking people like, do you have like another favorite?
Yeah, can you not?
Because like I
say
can't make like
Brotherhood?
a whole video of like everyone saying Brotherhood Guardian.
You
Like,
should have
doesn't-
just chopped it up and given it to him. Like, here's free promo.
Well, I did. Like that's how I finally reached out. I'm like, hey, can we review your bags? Like, I've never
like 'em.
I've never seen it before, but apparently like you have a huge fucking following out here, and everyone throws it. I thought the guy was from fucking Delaware, like just because everyone was out.
One of the owners, like one of the, like the higher ups, is from Delaware.
And that's
so.
what I found out. They're like, oh no, and this through the connections and everything. I'm like, oh, now it all
It
kinda makes sense.
all comes together.
Doesn't make sense. But the
Beautiful.
Guardian, they got a tough matchup. They're going against the elite pro sniper. But I think they're gonna catch fire. I think they could win that bracket.
Yeah, once the West wakes up from the time zone difference, then we'll like catch up. Like they'll start out early. At least we'll start out early, but
Very
Brotherhood
true.
will make the run as soon as everybody from the West wakes up.
That's the problem though. Is that
Less time in the,
it's at
in
noon?
The West.
Yeah,
it's-
exactly. On that other side.
You got till 9 a.m.
they,
just-
yeah. I mean, they still have 24 hours, but it's just the morning folk.
Yeah.
You know, can you get after it? But at night time is when you can snipe some votes.
Yep. So
Yeah.
everyone, if you're listening, it's too late now. Sorry.
So how you were playing with Nick, correct?
Yeah.
And how did
Nick
that partnership happen?
So like he's broken an hour for me.
Okay.
Met him a couple times. He asked me to play like some random regional. Like when I was like coming up, I was like, all right, let's do it. Met his family and everything. Really nice people. And yeah, I don't know. It worked out.
Because Nick's already had some success like on the like USA cornhole and stuff like that. So like he's kind of no slouch himself. You know what I mean? So like I think as a rookie team, do you like where you guys are coming in at this season? Because you guys might be overlooked a little bit early in the season. You know what I mean? Like, do you like having like a little bit of like the underdog, maybe unknown, or maybe not underdog, maybe like unknown mentality a little bit?
Yeah, less pressure on us, and we get to have fun and shock some people.
Ruin some days, is how I like to
Yeah,
call it.
Exactly.
Have you guys talked like as a team, like where you like goal wise, like where you guys want to be or expect to be as like a doubles team?
Of course, we talk about we want to make some noise. We don't want to sit here and just be active participants. We want to actually do something out here.
What's making noise to you? Is it top 20? Is it top 10? Is it
Any TV broadcasts,
Okay.
anything like that. I mean, I guess I really don't have a specific number. I guess I'll say top 20.
okay? And then you mentioned before that you played teams this weekend.
Oh, like the blind draw teams.
Okay, are you currently on a team for ACL teams?
I'm on the Chicagoland Spinners.
Okay, and have you've played an event yet?
Yeah, we played. What was it? It was Myrtle Beach and Ohio. One of our matches got forfeited.
Okay,
But
It's probably in Ohio against Ohio team, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, the Maze didn't have like 6 people, so
what do
we gotta
you
win.
what do you think about round limited stuff? Are you a fan of it? Do you not like it?
I think it benefits my game personally.
Does it?
Just-
Okay.
Yeah,
How
just because I
so?
like to roll a lot and like take shots that will put me in a bigger advantage.
Okay. So you feel like you have the opportunity to perhaps put up more points at one time.
Yeah, and like strategically play rounds better. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I do agree with you. I feel like oftentimes you guys know that you can come back. So sometimes, and I'm not saying this is a direct reflection on you, but oftentimes like the dirty bag style players, I feel like you guys you're comfortable being in a little bit of a hole early on, but round limited, like you just can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you do just run out of time. So I feel like if you can start fast as like a slow bag player, you could be fine.
Yeah.
But often, I mean, we've seen it before. I mean, guys that like typically have a lot of success, like they just
Well, we talk
doesn't
about
always translate.
We also talk about manufacturing points, and if you're able to do that round limited, it's exactly the flip. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, being
Exactly.
successful, like make it hard to score, and that's pretty much the name of the game in round limited.
Now, remind me, you're a stepper.
No, I don't step.
Do you like this? Like, what do you like the rule? Like, I mean, I can imagine if you step, Jesus Christ, I mean, practically dunking it.
Oh, like the flip out roll.
Yeah, yeah. Like, does it bother you at all? Like, do you feel like there should be a hard, fast, like, hey, like a steady rule, like just can't cross this line until after the bag stops, or are you like you're fine? Like, does it ever bother you at all?
No, I don't. I don't really care. I mean, it's all for interpretation. You could think of it as a 3-pointer where you could jump past the line, like after you like you shoot it and it's a 3-pointer. You could think of it as a free throw where you can't cross the line. You could think of it as the bowling. It's up for interpretation. I don't really like think it's a big deal. I mean, it's just the only thing I will say is that something like needs to be enforced just to make like increase the validity of cornhole in a sense.
I agree.
Like whatever like is the rule should be like strictly enforced just to make it more valid and not be so controversial up in the air.
So let me ask you, like, let's say you're at your first national, you have a game to maybe make the broadcast. You're playing against somebody that historically we've all seen matches. We know who the chronic people are that might have an issue with, like, not even stepping over the line, but like keeping like now the back foot planted. Would you ever consider asking for like an official watching that, or you're just so focused in on what you have to do?
Yeah, I would never blame someone foot fouling for the reason I lose. Like, I think it's if I lose, it's on me. It's really nobody else's fault but mine. So, I mean, I guess official, like at that stage should be prominent at all times, especially that far into the tournament.
But you're not going to necessarily request one.
No.
And I think that's probably true for 99% of the people. So people that listen to this, and we've gone over like this foot foul
time
thing,
and time again.
I get people getting upset, and I think you're kind of expressing it very well. It's like you do think that eventually it should be, policed better, right, across the board for all the games. But right now, you guys have to make the call, right? Mm-hmm. That's just how the rules are written. So this year, it really shouldn't be an issue because I think 99% of you are exactly just like you, saying like, I'm so focused on what I have to do, I'm not going to let somebody's back foot bother how I'm going to perform. It has zero bearing unless they're jumping across the board or they're falling into your lane, or like we've seen it before. You know what I mean? Yeah. If that's the case, then 100% I completely agree. But if they're just like their back foot's lifting up a little bit, it has no fucking effect on it.
Yeah, no, I definitely think the midline rule is bigger to me than the actual foot.
I've said that since day one. I'm fine if you go over the line as long as you release the bat. I'm fine with it as long as you don't cross midline.
Yeah.
If you cross midline, then that should be an automatic.
It's a 3-point line, folks. All right.
It's 3-point line in my eyes.
Yep.
I'll take it.
So, obviously, entering in your rookie season, how did you find the qualification process? Like, did you go through the pro qualifier and have to go through that way?
No, I went through points.
Okay.
I remember sitting there like at the World Championships. I literally sat there watching the whole pro qualifier. I was nervous watching like some of my friends play, and I was like, "Thank God I don't have to do this because I probably would fold."
So was that your goal, like going into that season, was like, hey, I'm going to try to get as many points and qualify this way? Or did it just, you had a bunch of success and it kind of just organically happened?
I didn't really start chasing points until like, I guess January, February. Okay. And I realized I had like enough months left to like fill out all my points. I swept states, I guess. I won my bracket in state singles, won state doubles, which really helped my conference points. I finished out most of my regionals and the open points where, I went one of the last opens of Wisconsin where I got most of my points, and it was just enough to set me over the top. And I was very thankful.
Oh yeah. That's good. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, there's
no one wants to go
more
to the
than
pro
one
qualifier.
way to become a pro.
No one does.
Yeah. And
yeah, I mean,
especially like Trevor Brooks is there. Just walk out. 'Cause he's requalifying every year.
Every year.
Yeah, I hope that's just his lore. He just forever qualifies.
He's so bomb. He's such a good thing. So are you full-time cornhole player right now?
I go to school still. I go to school in New Jersey. I'm a phys ed major. So I do that. But yeah, other than that, I play cornhole basically.
Where do you go to school at?
William Patterson, New Jersey.
Sweet.
Like northern New Jersey.
Oh yeah. What year are you?
I'm a junior. I transferred from a state school in New York. Okay. So kind of behind on school.
I got you.
Definitely not a good student my first couple of years. So
I get it.
It's definitely just catching up.
I get it. Now is cornhole travel, is it hard to manage like school and like the amount of travel you guys are required to do?
Depends. I was definitely procrastinating making my school schedule this year, so I got to miss a lot more class than I did last semester for this, and especially now that I have to make most of these events. So, yeah. But I'm gonna make it work. I don't care. I like this too much.
You I think tomorrow you're leaving for a cornhole cruise, right?
Yeah.
Now and you're representing the ACL?
Yeah, so it's me and Miranda Coy. We basically go on the boat and we run the tournament, like run a single elimination tournament, like representing the ACL. There's like college party crews, like a company. So it's like it's like geared towards like the college demographic.
Sweet.
And like developing that program. So yeah, we just run one tournament and have fun.
Is that something that's like an all expenses paid kind of thing from the ACL?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
The only thing I got to pay for is a plane ticket.
Dude, that's sweet.
That's awesome.
That's actually not a bad gig. So how did you get hooked up with that? Like, did they reach out to you or did you show interest?
Originally it was supposed to be Jimmy Humans was supposed to go.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, you need another person that's over 21. I got blessed enough to be picked. And then he had to back out. So now it's Miranda, which it's going to be fun.
Oh yeah. Miranda's awesome. You'll have a good time. That's awesome. So we've been hearing about like these cornhole cruises and we were like, I don't know. Dane's like deathly afraid of like
It's
cruises.
not that I'm deathly afraid. It's just I feel like the universe has given me a sign my entire life to not get on a cruise.
Okay.
And
no, you're missing out.
Have you been on one before?
Yeah, this is gonna be my third cruise. You're missing out.
He's a baller for here. Third.
I like
cruise?
land a lot though too. Like I don't know.
Well, I think Timmy Jonas and Nicole Pratt were just on the last ACL.
Yeah, so there's 2 weeks. We're like the second week.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, it looked like they had a hell of a time.
Hell yeah.
I mean, again, you're going to get to go ball out and party for a few days and represent the ACL. And do you get to play too?
I'm not playing. We can't play.
You're not okay. I guess that's kind of fair.
Can you play cash games afterwards?
Trade job. We had to take trade job. So like, there's the tournament like on the island, and then the finals is gonna be played on like the boat deck.
That's sweet.
And like we get to like commentate it. I think.
Ooh,
so
that's fun. Oh, okay. All right.
It's tough little shit, you know.
Hell yeah.
Just win some cash games and come out like with a cool G.
Oh God, no! I might get jumped if I hustle a bunch of frat kids.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely.
Oh, they're frat kids.
You have a fun question over there?
I do. I always have fun questions.
You do. I know.
All right.
Always lurking.
We'll just. Do I start off with a banger? Or do I start it off a little slow?
No.
Oh
right.
God,
I like this one. All right.
I'm nervous.
Who would win in a street fight? Michael Vick or Tim Tebow?
Ooh, in a street fight?
Yeah. Tebow's got the size.
He definitely has a size.
He's got Jesus on his side too.
Yeah, I think Tebow's more like athletically built, but I don't know.
Does Vic get the dogs?
No, Michael Vick's got that dog in him though.
He does have that dog in him.
Like Michael Vick strikes me as a guy that's been in a fight before.
Like he would just walk up and pistol whip Tebow, and Tebow would just start crying. I feel like that.
Yeah,
he'll start Tebowing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
holding his nose.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Michael Vick.
Yeah, I mean Tebow, unless like the power of Christ compels him.
Well, also too, how old is Michael Vick now though?
Are
we talking like current
40?
Michael? Or are we talking about them in their primes?
I mean, what would Vic be like 40, 42? And Tebow would be what, like 35?
Prime, I would definitely go Mike Vick.
Yeah.
Just like Vick is.
I think I would still go Vic. I don't know. Like you said, I just feel like
because street fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's not many rules out there. Like just get after it, and I think he takes it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, Mike Vick. Correct answer.
I like that question.
You got it correct.
All right. Would you rather randomly stub your toe, get a brain freeze, or bite your cheek 3 times a day?
Oh shit.
Oh, I hate stubbing my toe. Stubbing my toe is actually the most like frustrating thing I go through. So I'm honestly gonna pick the brain freeze.
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I have little kids, and like stubbing my toe or stepping on shit is like happen. All right, it's
we're all in agreement with stubbing the toe, but then like biting your cheek, it's the worst because you're gonna do it again no matter what.
Yeah.
Like it's guaranteed. It's happening 3 times.
Meat just inside. Just like,
and then you're just sitting there like the next 3 days. It's all tender. You go to sip lemonade and you start crying. Like it's not a good idea.
Yeah, too hot. Coffee's too hot.
Exactly. All right. If you had to pick one person to be the ambassador for the human race to meet aliens, who would it be? Sean, I want your answer first.
Morgan Freeman.
You're going Morgan Freeman right off the rip just because of the sultry voice.
Yeah, I think so. And I think he's just like. a good soul, like good person. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Right?
That was right off the rip.
Yeah.
How about you, Frank?
What's that question again? Alien and human
if
race?
you had to pick one person to be the ambassador for the human race to meet aliens, who would it be?
Oh God. That's really tough. I mean, I think the first person I would think is either my mom or my dad, but
That's sweet.
I have no idea. Because I mean, my mom, I would say my mom's a really sweet person, and and also say my dad, because if anything goes down, I would have faith in him fucking killing everyone. So
Well, now I feel like a dick.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about my parents.
That's
I just skipped.
And no offense to our parents.
All the
That's
aliens.
because we're broad thinkers. Because I would go Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay.
Very much same as you. Gentle soul.
Yeah.
But if shit goes south, he's just gonna John Wick him. All right.
Well, Morgan Freeman played God, so I feel like he could.
That's
handle
true
that shit,
too.
so.
Yeah. Fair enough.
you guys had it's fast. I wish I could think it's fast.
Yeah, but we do this every week.
That's very true.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
so.
and we have no lives.
Random
So-
shit just floating around in our head.
All right, this is another. We're gonna have you answer this one first, Frank.
Oh,
So
okay.
get your thinking cap on. If you had to go to war, would you choose to go during the Middle Ages, the Revolutionary War, or WW1?
Oh shit! Damn, man.
I mean, I would kind of like to snipe some people with bow and arrows from a tree, so I'll go with the Middle Ages.
All right, so you're going. Yeah, I mean,
God, I just feel like it'd be so painful. I just picture some dude coming up with an axe.
Dude, then, like,
Oh,
if you
yeah,
get
that's
hit
like-
with anything, like you're
dead.
done. Like their medicine back in the day was like, oh, let's rub some dirt in it and
I
spit
mean-
on it. Like it'll heal itself.
World War I just seems terrifying. Like
I mean,
trench warfare.
Revolutionary War was
That's what
like the
I might-
beginning of like guerrilla warfare,
That's
where you could
mine.
actually like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, think
that's
of
what
the
I'm
think of the
thinking.
Patriot.
Yeah, right.
Like, they kind
that's
of, like,
all I'm
look like-
thinking
yeah.
of when I think
Give me a
of that.
fucking tomahawk and just yeah. Now I'm assuming I can ride a horse if I'm from that time, right?
I don't
Right?
know, man.
He's gonna run
Is the horse
himself,
going to
yeah.
let you ride it?
Yeah, so I guess we all agreed, definitely not World War One.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
don't think
not
so. Yeah,
That's still too close to current times where like everything can kill you.
I do like your
Like,
thinking though of
without
modern
a doubt.
medicine bringing into it, but
Yeah.
World War One, like
It wasn't
still
there
wasn't
yet.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
It
they're
still wasn't.
still just lopping off your
Yeah.
shit, and they probably had better drugs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, so you're not going to feel quite as much.
yeah, but they're gonna have drugs where you.
I
Forget
mean,
your
medieval
entire
time, there's going to be
family.
pouring meat all
Yeah.
over you and be like, here, just drink this shit. You know what I mean? Like, the revolutionary time is probably whiskey, which a little bit more my forte. so.
Yeah, that does heal all ailments.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, last one I got here.
Oh, shit.
Do you think you could beat any creature on Earth if you had 2 samurai swords?
If I learned how to use them, I think so. I actually don't know.
Your self-wielding samurai swords, any creature on Earth is coming at you. What do you think?
Could I defend myself? Is that what you're saying?
Can you defeat?
Yeah, like I think like a hippo like still kills me.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
very
Like-
good animal. Thank you. Yes, that's an
They
excellent.
are actually the most dangerous animal. in the
Hippo, like a
world, so.
crocodile, like I don't know if I stand a chance. They might grab my leg first.
No, Chubbs was able to get that bastard's eye.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
He
I
only
saw
lost
a
hand.
guy. He like an alligator bit him. Like he's trying to save his dog.
Yeah.
And it like clamped down on the guy's arm, and he punched the motherfucker like twice and let go.
Yeah.
And then he just like kicked it with his foot, was able to like get away.
Mhm.
Like you know what I mean? Like I feel like crocodile I could probably handle.
Or what about like a big like hornet's nest? You can't use a samurai sword to chop up.
I don't know. Have you ever
hornets,
tried to defend yourself against hornets with a samurai sword? Maybe it works. We don't know.
Or like
We're not
a
scientists.
I
wasp.
told you I got stung a whole bunch of times, right?
When?
So like it was right before it started getting cold.
Yeah.
Like I was doing my Christmas lights and shit, like just putting some stuff up, and apparently in my mulch, like their hornet's nest or
Oh, do
something.
you have like the digger hornets, like
Apparently
the
so.
black ones?
So I just
Ugh.
happened to put my foot down, and I was hanging something on my front door, and I felt something like sharp hit my leg, and I'm like, oh, that kind of fucking hurts. What is that? And I look around, and inside Bruce and Angie were happened to be at my house.
Yeah.
And Angie's looking at me. She's like, run. She's like, there are fucking bees everywhere. I'm looking at her like, oh fuck. So I just like take off and swat. Dude, I got stung like 12 times on my leg.
Nice.
Not fun. Yeah. And I
I
haven't
mean,
been
it's
stung
kinda-
in a long
I
time.
wish
And
I
I'm
was
like,
there.
oh shit, this stuff hurts.
I could have used a laugh.
All right. Options here. You can only speak in a high-pitched helium voice for an entire year, or you can only speak in whispers for an entire year.
That's hard because my whisper voice is kind of sexy.
I knew you were going there.
Right? But then like helium voice would just be like Mickey Mouse. That's not too bad.
Yeah,
How about you, Frank?
I've always had a high pitched voice for most of my life, so I mean, I think the helium wouldn't be as much of a difference as a whisper. So I don't know.
I'm just trying to think practically. I wouldn't be able to do my job. Like every old patient I have would be like, "What did you say?" And I'd be like, "I fucking said."
Well, then you just lean in real close and just, I need you to bend over and touch your toes.
That was better that way.
Right?
Save myself up for a lawsuit. Okay. You can change one aspect of your physical appearance, or you can dramatically increase your intellect.
Ooh, I'm already so smart. It's a tough question. And I'm
That's
perfect.
tough.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think I need to be any smarter for what I do. Like, I already made
You
it.
wouldn't want to be a touch shorter, Frank? Like, you're encroaching on that, like, I'm a little too tall.
You're 6'5". Like, would you want to be taller, or would you rather be a little shorter?
No.
Like, do you wish like you were like
I'd say the
6'3"?
best height would probably be like 6'2", 6'3".
I always hear that from people that are like 6'5" or over. They're like, I wish I was a little bit shorter because like life just becomes a hassle.
In behalf of
I don't like to
every
stand out.
the short ones out there,
Yeah.
big middle finger to you guys. Okay,
Sean, what they're saying is they're trying to free up some inches for everyone else. All right.
Yeah,
Maybe you get some of them.
caring is caring.
I mean,
Right?
that's what I would change. I wish I was a little bit taller.
A little bit taller.
Wish I was a baller.
I'm sure you're a baller.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What about you?
Yeah. I would take the intellect. Why not?
You're just already built perfectly, and
Yeah, I don't mind.
everything about you.
I'm not a body
You're
shamer.
going to Harvard?
I mean, how much intellect are we talking?
I mean, it
need
says
to-
dramatically. so-
dramatically, then probably, yeah. I mean, I'm fairly smart already, but yeah, if you add dramatic to it, all right,
Ooh, I
sign
like
me
this
up.
one. This is right up our alley. Pizza and cake, or tacos and pie.
Ooh,
That one's easy for me. I'm going pizza and cake.
Okay.
pizza and cake. See, I'm not much of a pie guy, but I would definitely take a taco over pizza. That's tough.
It is. I'm also with you. I'm going
But then
pizza and cake.
I'm also not a sweets guy, so I'm like, well, then tacos should trump.
And you can
also.
find a pie that you like.
Yeah, tacos are trumping all. Yeah, because like you give like a French silk pie or something. Yeah, just basically give me chocolate pudding. Like that's fine.
Apple pie is also amazing. It's tough. That's
It really
tough
is.
to get
It
rid of.
is. Have you ever seen American Pie, the movie? Movies.
I know the song by Don McLean.
Oh man.
I'm happy about that, but I figure there's a generational gap here. Gonna give you some homework when we sign off
All right.
here. You got to watch
Write it down.
yeah, watch American Pie,
The original.
just the first
the
one.
first one. It's
Fantastic
worth
movie.
it. It holds up too.
Yeah, it
I
really
mean,
does.
yeah, you'll enjoy it, and then you'll get the reference of what Dane was talking about,
100%.
and then we'll go from there. And just
gotcha.
check out.
I mean, the generational gap isn't that big. I mean, the song is pretty old itself too.
It
right?
is.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Yep. It's old.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
Before my time.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I could have a child your age. Technically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have had to start pretty young, but
But technically, it's
All right. So this one is you must always dress like you're at a 70s disco party,
okay.
or you must always wear medieval garb.
Dude, give me disco all day, baby.
yeah. That's
They did it
disco.
right, man. Yeah.
100%.
It's so funny. Like
Disco never dies.
I completely
Yeah.
agree, but my neighbors, like they're
They'd be like, how dare thee?
yeah. So my next door neighbors are into like medieval like fighting sword stuff. So like they go to all like the Renaissance fairs and they do like fighting and shit. Like they forge like their own fucking weapons and shit like that. Yeah, it's pretty.
I still have yet to get an invite
pretty
to
cool.
come over and see them battle.
I
I want to live stream it. I'm like, dude,
Waiting
this,
for them to put on a
this is what we've been
demonstration.
waiting for.
I'm waiting for them to put on a demonstration.
Yes.
I think this year's block party is what I'm going to ask them.
I would just be like, dude, can we just ham it up? Like, I'll get stanchions from work, give them their own arena, and then we can just really just have some fun with it. But boys can dream. Boys can dream.
All right. Wear a pair of rubber gloves all day long, or go barefoot all day long. This is easy for me.
Rubber gloves all day. I hate being barefoot.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Rubber gloves.
Oh, I'm going
100%.
barefoot.
You're
Really?
going barefoot?
Yeah,
You'd rather be barefoot?
Nah.
yeah, because I just don't. I won't go anywhere.
Fair enough. I mean,
Rubber
again, like,
gloves, your hands are going to sweat so much.
yeah, but I don't know. I've worked in warehouses where I've had to wear them all day, and
You have
get
to wear
used
rubber
to it.
gloves all day.
Yeah, if you work in the dish room, basically have gloves on all day.
Yeah, but does the sweat seep through the rubber glove?
No, it just pools inside. So then you're basically just like every
Yeah.
time you lift your hands, you just have a bunch of sweat running down it. It's pretty awesome.
All right, so we're gonna go back.
I'd rather have that than actually walk in the grass or something, step on dog shit or freaking,
Listen.
you
There
never
is
know.
making
dog
excellent
shit
points.
everywhere.
I'm just saying. I just don't.
Step on Legos. Oh, good no.
I
do
mean, he does that
day.
every
Yeah,
day.
are you
He's,
serious?
you know, it's
Like, I don't go down to my basement most of the time, like, which is where I have like Xbox and all that stuff. Mostly because I'm like, I know I'm going to step on at least 14 things trying to get across this floor.
we'll just wear flip flops, man. Throw some slides on.
Just plow through it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through some like
Loafers.
some of my favorite older ones.
Oh,
All right?
let's do it.
So this is one of I feel like this is one that can change with based on experiences. You can hear colors, or you can taste colors.
I would rather taste colors than hear them.
I can't hear shit
Yeah.
anyways.
I
Like,
mean,
I'm already pretty deaf.
What is
so,
that, like synesthesia or something, where you see like music?
autism?
No, it's I think it's called a synesthesia or something. But like, there's people out there that can literally see music like in different ways and stuff. Like, it's kind of crazy. But the thought of tasting colors, yeah, I'm all about it. I feel like we already kind of do.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like what does red taste like?
I mean, just
Sure.
because everything's like,
Well, but see, that's what I'm saying. But then you have like a whole variation. Like you could go red could be savory or sweet, right?
Yeah.
I would agree. If you're going sweeter, I'd say probably the fruity cherry.
but you know
route.
how many
You're going
colors are in the
savory.
red family?
I
I mean, we can
really,
go down the list. So like the little subtle
This
nuances
is how
could
he tries to
entirely
win
change
his arguments.
everything.
He tries to get like throw semantics in there.
Because it's just called logic. Okay.
You didn't get the dramatic intro.
I'm just talking like the bright. I'm just saying like the bright red could be like cherry, but then if you get darker, like that could be like.
I'm not
beef or
arguing with you. I
something,
agree.
like, you know?
I think that tasting colors would just be
Yeah,
way
because we
better.
can already see all these colors on a spectrum. Why can't we taste every
What would
color
red?
as a
What would
different
red
thing?
sound like though? Thank you.
Was that good?
Yeah, red would sound like death.
Yeah.
I was trying to go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's pretty good actually. Off the cuff. All right, so this is gonna sound awkward, but stay with me.
Uh-oh.
When
Okay.
when you're going in to get into a shower, all right, we have the front and the back of a shower. So the front of the shower would be like where the shower head is and the water is coming out, and the back of the shower would obviously be the opposite. When you're getting into the shower, do you get in the front or the back of the shower?
I guess I get in the back.
All right, good
All
job.
right.
All right, all right. Me too.
Because
Now-
I need, because I'll have room to, like, if the water is like piping hot, like I could get away. If I go in the front, then I have no chance. Like, I'm
Just
just
my
getting
eyes.
So you're a turn the water on, let it get to the right temperature, then maybe test it with a hand or something, or you
Yeah,
get in the
test it.
shower and then turn it on.
Oh, no way.
You should try
Imagine
it.
you get in there and then it's ice cold.
You should try it.
Dane's been trying.
No,
Dane's been pushing everyone.
Yeah,
to
I'm
this.
telling you, man.
He's trying.
It's, like all these like ice plunges and everything, the polar plunges and stuff that people do now. It's the same effect. Just turn that bad boy on to sit in cold for 30 seconds and then move on.
Shower.
It'll change your life.
Like-
It'll change your life.
I'm with you, man. There's no way. I enjoy. I can wake up just fine after a nice warm shower.
Never need caffeine again.
I like
Just
it.
hit you. Woo! Ready to go. Literally do it every morning. Love it.
We have not asked this in a very long time. I figured why not bring it up now. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I would say no.
You would be correct.
You are incorrect, Frank. Come on, man.
Listen, don't let him talk you. Okay, he's going to try to spin some logic on you. Since
No,
we've done this
this
show
one-
over 5 years, 98% of the people agree with you and I. All right, so don't let him talk you out of it.
I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna go.
you got it correct.
the bun isn't separated. It's like it's technically one piece of bread.
Is your
God.
Subway sandwich separated?
No.
Boom.
Don't fault. You're right.
All right.
You're correct.
So I just killed your entire
I
argument.
have
right
no
there.
argument for this one.
Again, we've done this for
there it is.
years. I have my arguments.
Tier talk.
All right, tier talk it.
What is it?
Oh, I need one?
Yeah, come up. Off top of your head.
Oh, right off the cuff.
Right off the
All
cuff.
right. Tier talk. Give me your top 3 karaoke songs.
Oh, all right.
And I don't care if you don't do karaoke. What are you singing out loud in your car?
Am I going first? or-
Sean's got to go first because usually he just asks me randomly and I get put on the spot. I came up with a question this time, so Sean's got to do it.
All right. Number 3, I'm going to go with Fat Bottom Girls.
Hell yeah.
Queen.
Great jam.
Yeah.
No honorable mention?
Okay. All right.
Give me an honorable mention. Sean has the
All
voice of an angel, by the way, so.
It's a song that I like now, but like I haven't done it yet, so like I don't feel like it can count.
Yeah.
Save Me by Jelly
Jelly
Roll.
Roll.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
I would rock out. I can't. I'm just waiting till the time I get to next karaoke. Number
You
2,
just need to get a face tattoo and do it.
give me. Man, there's so many. Give me Santeria by Sublime.
Okay, that's
All
a
right.
good one.
And then my number 1, it's got to just be because it's like my go-to. Like if I'm too drunk to like think of like I just want to go up there and sing a song like I know is "Friends in Low Place" by Garth Brooks.
Boom.
Just an easy one. It's just like I just know all the words. Like I don't even have to look at the screen. Just let it rock. But I sang "Fat Bottom Girls" at one time at the IA, and that was fun because like
Yeah.
no one was expecting that shit at all.
Oh, yeah. All right, Frank, we're going to put you on the spot now.
Does that have to be in order?
No, yeah, well, I mean,
We like to do honorable mention, then 3, 2,
and
1.
then build us
but
up to like the best. But I'm interested to
So-
hear yours because
Yeah, so I went like the 2 cruises I went on. Me and my boys. There's like a karaoke like session
Hell
like
yeah,
late at night.
yeah.
fuck yeah.
We sang Mr. Brightside. And we also sang The
nice.
Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani.
Nice. Heck
Sweet.
yes.
But if there's a song that I will never skip and always sing, it'll be probably Rather Be with
Yeah,
like Bandit.
nice. All right, I like it. I like the fact that you knew.
I
shit.
definitely like singing a bunch of pop songs. I
That's
like
okay.
I like the older generation music with the like my parents' music. I'll
Yeah.
sing that.
I get it.
I just don't know much.
How
but,
old are your parents?
50, 57, 58.
Okay, so they're about-
my sister's
Okay.
older.
Okay, I see.
My
We
sister's, like,
we have
34.
pretty young parents.
We
Like my
do,
parents had me like when they were super young. So our parent, I think my
Yeah.
mom's 60, right? She just turned
Yeah.
60. My dad's 62.
Yep.
So like we're probably the same age. So we probably grew up with similar music. So like for me, it was weird because like I had young parents, so they listened to some of the older stuff, but it was all like 90s pop.
Yeah.
And hip hop, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's really like if we were in the car, it was, like with my dad, it was either Bee Gees, like 70s, like disco
For sure.
bullshit, or it was like hip hop.
Yeah.
It was the most random shit.
With what we grew up with is where I get my karaoke choices from.
So Dane is like, can I call? It's like a karaoke junkie,
let's go with
Almost.
Savant.
not savant. So not quite a junkie because like you don't like create, like you don't go seeking it every week. But
Yeah, but if
it's
I'm
available,
at,
you're
yeah,
good. You're
if I'm
gonna
at
do it.
karaoke, I'm just gonna get up and do it. Like,
All right. So what
Yeah.
is
I have
your
no
list? So
shame.
you have a long list.
I do have a pretty good repertoire, but number 4 is actually a new one that I've been testing out, and it's been just nailing it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's "Let's Stay Together" from Al Green.
Oh, okay.
All right, I know I'm very white, but I got some soul when I sing, and it does come out with that song pretty damn well.
You? No.
I do. Number 3, this is where it's hard because I have like, all right, number
What do you
3, I'm gonna
enjoy
go.
singing? You know what I
I'm gonna
mean?
go with the darkness. I believe in a thing called love.
Yeah, it's such.
I
that's
love
my
that
favorite
jam.
song. I think when you sing.
yeah, dude. I mean, it's a great crowd pleaser. So like,
Yeah.
love doing that one. And then number 2, I'm gonna have to go with "More Than a Woman" from the Bee Gees.
Okay.
All right.
Great song.
The falsetto slaps in that one,
It
but
does.
the one song that
Oh.
slaps even harder with falsetto is "I Want You Back" from the Jackson 5.
Yes.
Let's
And-
go.
Yeah.
That is the one that
It
if it
always
is a
brings the
dead
house down,
crowd,
yes.
yeah, if it's a dead crowd and they need something to pump up, I'm going up there to sing "I Want You Back" full falsetto from start to finish, and it always
When you sang
a
that
home run.
in
I'll
Cape
definitely sing
Cod,
that with you.
that bar
Yeah.
like just
Dude,
erupted.
it just
was-
blows up, man, every
yeah, it
time
was-
because nobody expects a guy my size to step up and sing falsetto.
Yeah,
So like it's
super
just funny.
It is,
Like
it is.
I know it's funny. Like
It is.
It's not the greatest, but it's just still
Who
funny.
gives a
Who gives
shit?
a
Yeah.
shit? Like,
That's one thing about karaoke. Is like you don't have to be good as long as you go and have fun. It doesn't matter how
Exactly.
good you are. Like
I always
no
consider
one's
myself
judging
able
you.
to carry
We
a
were far
tune.
from good.
Like I
No.
can carry a tune, but I'm not blowing anyone out
No.
of the water. It's
And that's
like
the thing. It's like if as soon as you realize, because like there's a lot of people, and I still get nervous too beforehand.
Yeah.
But every time I always have to psych myself, I'm like, no one gives a fucking
yeah, and
shit.
I'm like, I'm never gonna see any of you people again,
Yeah.
unless I'm here next
Exactly.
week. 'Cause
yeah,
you
and
guys
there's no
are
one
here every
signing
week.
no one's here signing people to fucking record deals. Just get up there, and
Sean,
fucking
but what
sing.
if? What if they
Right?
are, Sean? All
Could.
right,
Be the next
that
one.
one time. You just never know, man.
Just-
you never know.
Never know.
I think it depends on like I have like a cycle. Like I'll sing like a song for like a month and then like it'll go on to next. So like recently I've been singing like Your Love by by the Outfield.
Hell
Okay, yeah. Oh man, that is just
Like that one's
That's a
been hitting
frickin'
more
jam.
like recently.
So can you like hold a tune? I'm not gonna make you sing right now, but like, are you okay, or do you just like enjoy singing?
Or are you trying to get a record deal? Because we do live gigs.
You know, there's some times where I'm like feeling myself. I think I can get a record deal, but then there's times it depends on the day. You know,
Is it
Listen,
like when
man,
you're
I
in
hear
the
you.
shower and then as soon as you step out, you're like, why don't I sound any like? You're like
oh
in
yeah,
the
no,
shower,
in the
you
car,
sound
in the
amazing.
car, I'm the
then you-
best singer in the world.
Dude,
Right?
fuck yeah.
I'm there with you, and I
Everywhere
know
else,
people
I'm
watch
terrible.
me.
Do you ever have different voice days where you're like, oh, this just I
Oh,
can't
this
sing that
yeah,
today.
I'm gonna hit this song.
Yeah,
today.
yeah, for
I'd be
sure,
Like
yeah.
I know I'm a little raspy this
Oh, for
morning.
sure.
Like had one too many beers last night. Like woke up
Oh.
with some phlegm in the throat. Let's
That's what I'm saying.
utilize that.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I like it. Hell yeah. All right, awesome, dude. Frank, thank you very much for joining us, man. This has been fun.
No, thank you for having me. This is fun.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
We'll let the folks go at home. We'll have you hang on with us just for a minute, but yeah, this is fun. I hope you obviously you've been already kicking ass
yeah,
this season
continued
early
success, man.
on. Been kind of bursting onto the radar. So we're excited to see what happens at National #1. We hope you guys kill it. And when you guys win a national, you guys can come back on maybe and we'll chop it up a little bit more.
I'll make y'all proud.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
And shout out to Brotherhood, right? Brotherhood, the Guardians in the
Yeah,
semifinals. So
semifinals.
let's see if they can make a run. And yeah, so folks, again, thanks for tuning in. We're excited about the Big Asp Open. Again, that's going to be September 21st, 2024.
Mark the calendars,
so mark the
folks.
calendars now. All right, it's going to be a 4-man team event. More details will be to come. We'll have more fun stuff, as always, more audio gold, some people might call it, next week. And as always, we hope you throw it straight. And it's nothing but 4 baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.